I'm Nancy Drew. This is my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there.
Okay.
A lot of them
She's
were
still
pretty dangerous and at times really scary.
Okay, that shut her up. I was gonna let her finish, and then I was like, no, she's going on too long. But, yeah, I'm back. I haven't posted a video in a while. I was sick for like 2 weeks. And I wanted to get back into recording, but I also am on a bad sleep schedule, so, I wasn't able to record because of that as well. And on top of that, I have classes and everything. But we are back for another, spooky month game. This time Nancy Drew, Haunting a Castle Malloy. I love this game. I absolutely love this game. And let's look at the case file to see what this game is about.
When Malloy called me from her home in London and asked me to be her maid of honor, I was a little reluctant. After all, I hadn't seen her since she stayed with us as an exchange student a couple of years ago. But when she told me the wedding is going to take place at an old family castle in Ireland, how could I say no? The wedding will be very small, but Kyler still needs help with all the final preparations, which means she'd like me to arrive several days early. So I'm going to fly to Dublin, rent a car, and meet Kyler at Castle Malloy. She warned me that the place is somewhat in need of repairs, whatever that means, and unfortunately by the time I get there it'll be night. But I've never been to Ireland before, and I've never even seen a real honest-to-goodness castle, let alone stayed in one. So the fact that it may be dark and run down just makes it more of an adventure. And you know me, whenever the question is who wants to go on an adventure, my answer is always, I do.
We're going to Ireland. I love Ireland. I have some family, like, way back in, like, my ancestry, like, on my mom's side, who are from a little bit of them, I think, were from the Republic of Ireland, but it seems the majority of my mom's side of the family were from Northern Ireland, near, Londonderry, or Derry, as they say in Derry Girls. Oh, I was trying to look at the wedding invitation, but I guess not. But we're going to be a junior detective, and maybe I can show off some of the Irish I've been learning.
In preparation for our landing, please make sure your seatbelt is secure.
Because I'm currently learning Irish, the Irish Gaelic language. It's a
So your plane was on time, your luggage arrived, your rental car was waiting, everything went without a hitch?
Yep, and according to Kyler's directions, I'm within 2 kilometers of Castle Malloy. Now stop worrying about me and get over to the Dunhills. What time is it there?
Around 2. The party just started. It's gonna go all day, so I've got plenty of time. Are you driving?
Yes, Ned, I'm talking on my cell phone while I'm driving, but it's okay. There's absolutely no traffic. And I think I see the gates. I gotta go. Say hi to the Dunhills for me and have fun.
Without you? Yeah, right. Take care, Nancy.
Oh no! What was that?
This is a little loud in my ears right now. I don't know.
Excuse me, George.
Oh my goodness. Lonnie Manila, what was that? And, okay, we can change the color here. How's that look? Nice? Maybe we'll go back to this, but you guys in the comments can let me know if you want this bluish color or the black, but for now I'll use the black. Okay, I move with the mouse. Obviously, it's a point-and-click adventure. And we have a doll that looks like it's wearing a ring. I have played this game many times. Does that mean I'm good at it? No. I'm still not that good, like, at this puzzle. This slider puzzle, I'm not the best at. I always look up a walkthrough for it, because I'm not the best at slider puzzles. But anyway, let's continue to the Castle Malloy. I love this game because 1, Ireland, and 2, the music. Like, this is some of the best music in the Nancy Drew franchise.
Oh, hello. I'm Nancy Drew. I'm here for the wedding.
The wedding's been called off, so go on back to where you come from.
No, wait, please. My car's in the ditch by the gate. I can't go anywhere.
Walk down the road to the inn then. Give me your keys and I'll see to your car in the morning.
I left the keys in the car. Can I at least talk to Kyler?
She's sleeping.
No, wait. I came all the way from the States.
You cannot stay here. Go to the inn, I said. Now off with you.
Please, can I come in just for a minute? Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Okay, he's not gonna let us in, but luckily I know
There's
what to
somebody
do.
up there. I'll bet it's Kyler.
And so we have to go gather some rocks. And you do not want to aim the bigger rocks at the window, because they will... Oh, that will actually break the window. So just try to use the little ones first. Oh, there's Kyler. And because I'm not the best at every single puzzle in this game, I am gonna say when I am looking up a guide if I need help, if I can't do it myself. I don't want the game to be going on for a long
Deaf
time
are you now?
because I can't
told
beat
you
a
you
puzzle.
cannot be staying here.
Donal, what are you doing? That's Nancy Drew, my maid of honor. Let her in.
Matt's disappeared? How can somebody you came all the way out here with to marry just disappear?
He hasn't disappeared for good. You have to understand, Matt's a bit of a prankster, and the wedding is still days away.
He disappeared as a prank?
He adores getting people in a tizzy. I do think he's pushing the envelope this time, but he'll show up. Mind you, it may not be till I've started down the aisle, but he'll show, saying he just wanted to make this a wedding no one shall ever forget.
I don't know what is worse in this scenario. Like the fact that her fiance is missing and nobody knows where he is and she assumes that he's pulling a prank, or the fact that Matt is so well known for all of his pranks that when he does actually disappear, she doesn't believe he's actually in danger. Wow.
Why did that man at the door tell me the wedding was off?
That was the caretaker, Donal Delaney. Not Donald, mind you. There's no D at the end, so it's pronounced Donal. That's the way you're supposed to spell it, which is to say that's the way the Irish spell it.
Proud of his heritage, huh?
Indeed. Which would be tolerable if his love for the Irish wasn't accompanied by an abiding distaste for the British. Now, he rather likes me, but that's only because he considers me to be Irish, since I'm directly related to the man who used to own this place. When it comes to my British fiancé, Donal detests him, which is why he was so quick to tell you the wedding's off. He wants it to be off. He came right out and said, if I am to be married in Castle Malloy, it simply must be to an Irishman. Said my marrying a Brit would upset the fairy people, or whatever he calls them.
You sure the wedding shouldn't at least be postponed?
I'm telling you, he'll show. You see, sometimes I hear him. You know, his voice. It's very faint and muffled, but it sounds like he's calling to me, saying things I can't quite make out, teasing me, the lout. So I know he's somewhere close by. He'll be here for the wedding. I'd stake my life on it. Of course, I remember well your penchant for solving mysteries, so if you want to give this one a go, by all means do. You could start in the nursery. It's down the hall. That's where Matt had set up his cot and was spending most of his time. Find him, Nancy. Having my maid of honor ruin this silly vanishing trick of his would teach him a lesson he sorely needs.
Someone ran out in front of my car on my way here and caused me to drive into a ditch.
Are you all right?
Me, I'm fine. My car and my cell phone, not so good. And I'm pretty sure whomever I saw dropped this. Looks like some kind of homemade doll.
The clothes. It looks like Matt. And that's his ring. What did the person who dropped this look like?
Glowing white?
I didn't really get a good look. It was dark and I was distracted and it moved so fast. Frankly, I'm not even sure if what I saw was a person.
Donal, the caretaker. When we realized Matt was gone, straight away Donal claimed Matt had been kidnapped by fairies. Which is of course utterly ridiculous. It was probably Matt himself you saw, tricked out in some costume and leaving that doll behind just to confound us. Well, I do hope he's enjoying himself, because as soon as we're married, that will be that. No more practical jokes. Ever.
Does it bother you to be here all by yourself?
Actually, Matt's best friend Kit Foley is here too. He set up a cot in the Great Hall downstairs.
Is he from London too?
He lives in London now, yes, but both his parents are Irish. You could practically hear Donal's ears perk up when he heard that.
When you said you sometimes hear Matt, where are you when that happens? In here?
In here, in the nursery, sometimes outside. His voice is always very muffled and very, very faint, so I can never tell where it's coming from or what he's saying. But it's Matt, I'm sure of it.
And you've looked all over for him?
When it became apparent he was missing, we searched everywhere, for hours. We were afraid he'd gone wading and drowned or something, or wandered into the bog, or gotten lost out on the moor. But we found no footprints, no clothes lying around, nothing. So when I heard his voice, it dawned on me he was playing one of his outlandish pranks. I was furious with him, but truth be told, it was also a bit of a relief.
Okay, so they did look for him. But, I feel like prank or not, you should still technically look for him, because, definitely not a prank to pull, like, before your wedding day.
Where does Mr. Delaney live?
All I know is he comes at dawn and leaves at sunset. I can't fathom what he does all day, but he always seems to be puttering away at something. When he's not working, he spends most of his time down the road at the Screaming Banshee Inn.
How long has he been the caretaker?
I don't know that either. A long time, I should imagine. Seeing as he more or less came with Grandpapa's estate, I should let him go. All he ever talks about are banshees and fairies and leprechauns. And he can be quite obstinate, as you saw at the door. But if Grandpapa saw fit to put up with him all those years, I suppose I can too.
What are you doing in here, if you don't mind my asking?
Reading. About myself, in a way. You see, until my grandpapa died and left me this place, not only did I have no idea that this castle existed, but I had no idea my real name was not Mallory, but Malloy. Apparently, Grandpapa changed his name 50 years ago, so no one would find out he was Irish.
Why didn't he want people to find out he was Irish?
I think it had something to do with his brother, Brendan, the man who owned this place and was living here when it exploded during World War II. He was rumored to have been a double agent, supposedly doing top-secret research for the Allies, but in truth passing his findings on to the Axis. Not exactly a brother you want people to know about.
If the rumors were true.
Anyway, ever since I found out I'm a Malloy, I can't stop reading about Ireland. So many different people have populated this country at one time or another. The Celts, the Druids, the Gaels. It's all quite fascinating.
Have you come across anything in here that indicates whose side your great-uncle was really on?
No, and if he was half as smart as he was reputed to be, I highly doubt I ever shall. He was quite the inventor, I do know that. Everything that remains in this place seems as if it's been tinkered with. Even his daughter's dollhouse, of all things.
I'm gonna go play detective now.
The 5 months I spent living with you, your dad, and Hannah. And Togo, of course. That was a very happy time for me, Nancy. I can't tell you how thrilled I am you're here.
I get to see you again, and I get to see Ireland? I'm the one who's thrilled, believe me. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. I'm your maid of honor, remember?
I haven't forgotten.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the book she's reading is, Marie Antoinette's journal from Nancy Drew, Treasure in the Royal Tower. And let's look around here. I think this was like a library or study. Oh. Zodiac constellations. Okay, I'll take that. Don't know how Nancy knows that I need that. And I think here some some gears are missing is what I'm trying to say. But also over here.
That would have been quite a fall.
Yeah. So definitely don't want to go there. And this is a puzzle that technically has not been seen since Nancy Drew Stay Tuned for Danger. You want to basically move all the rings over here, but you can't like put a bigger ring on top.
Put a large.
Wait, finish that, Nancy? Okay, never mind. She's not gonna finish what she was gonna say. But what she was gonna say is that she can't put a bigger one on top of a smaller one. So what we're just gonna do is do it like this. This is one of the easier puzzles. Oh. This puzzle isn't so bad. It's other puzzles that I have some trouble with. Here, and there, and there, and there. And we have a flashlight. I feel like in real life, one thing you could just do is probably try to move, pick up all the rings and then move them at once, but maybe the shelf's in the way,
This'll
so
come in
maybe
handy.
you probably couldn't. Unless you try to move this whole contraption, this whole machine, but it looks a little heavy. And is there anything over here? No. There's a scale puzzle. And whatever this is. Oh my goodness. That's really blurry. And I think this is the thing that says all their weight. How much they all weigh. But I think we're missing a couple of them. A nice fireplace. And I think there's a bed and a suitcase here, so I think Kyler's actually sleeping in there. And this is the nursery. And a raven. At least I think that's a raven. And it just flew off. But we have an orange gemstone for this puzzle. And there's, I think that is Matt's bed. Why would you want to sleep in the nursery? The window is open, vegetation is like coming in, it's completely exposed to the elements. Okay, another little puzzle here. Oh. It's an otter puzzle. This is probably a... yeah. Just trying to figure this out. I don't know what's in the back of my throat. Like, what even? Let's see. Sorry if I'm not talking, I'm trying to figure this out. This is really loud. I love the music, but this is like really loud.
Excuse.
Ah. Okay guys, I'm back and I No, this is only the second puzzle, but I've been at this for several minutes trying to figure it out myself, and I just couldn't. I don't know if I'm just stupid or whatnot, but yeah, I looked up a guide on YouTube. It's only the second puzzle, but I was literally struggling. I was struggling so bad. And we got a gear. Anyway, let's look over here. We have some dolls. Can we do this one yet? Okay, so this means it's to the side, and this is directly to the side. So the pig will go immediately here. The girl is immediately right next to this, and maybe the cat. Actually, maybe the girl can go here. The guy can go here. Cow is immediately above the pig. Oh, got it. Well, that wasn't so hard. Though there are more of these dollhouse puzzles, and they do get harder. Can we look over here? Lapin. The Lapin Bleu. I think that's French. And hey, it's the Chattering Teeth from what's it? Curse of Black Manor. And anyway, let's continue. We can go. I mean, we can kind of go upstairs.
I can't quite get there from here.
And yeah, if we try to actually jump the stairs, it will not end well. So I'm not gonna do that. Instead, let's go down the stairs. Go into this grand hall. It's Kyler and someone.
Hi, you must be Nancy Drew. I'm Kit Foley. Ignore the eye if you can. Walked into a door the other day. Looks worse than it feels. I'm a bit surprised you're still here, given the circumstances.
I'm surprised that you're the guy in that picture that we saw with Kyler.
I was going to say the same about you.
I'm not about to leave Kyler here by herself. Until she comes to her senses, I'm staying put.
What do you mean, comes to her senses?
Matt isn't playing a practical joke, and he hasn't been kidnapped by fairies. He got cold feet and left. It's as simple as that.
Are you sure?
Well, Matt didn't come out and tell me he was leaving. But hey, I am his best friend. I know him better than anybody. I mean, he loves Kyler, but she can be a handful. And he's no pushover either. Their relationship is so tempestuous, it scares him. She thinks once he makes a real commitment, everything will be fine. But he's not so sure. So he bailed.
I don't think the possibility that he walked out on her has even occurred to her.
She's in a raging state of denial, and I, for one, don't see any harm in allowing her to stay that way. I seriously doubt he walked out on her for good. It's just that for Matt, marriage is way too much, way too soon.
Then maybe he shouldn't have proposed to her.
When or how did you realize that Matt had disappeared?
Kyler and I went for a walk, came back, and the next thing I knew, Kyler was saying Matt was nowhere to be found.
Where did you last see him?
In the nursery. He always seemed to be in the nursery fiddling with things. Whenever I'd tease him about it, he'd always give me this impish little grin like he was up to something. When I checked the nursery and saw that Matt's suitcase and backpack were gone, it finally dawned on me that he had left and he wasn't coming back. Of course, by that time, Kyler had convinced herself that he was simply playing one of his practical jokes, and I couldn't bring myself to burst her bubble, so I didn't.
How come you sound so American?
Because I am American. My father's VP of International Sales for Krollmeister Incorporated. The company transferred him to London 15 years ago. I've pretty much lived there ever since. I just can't seem to pick up the accent.
It looks like you're drawing something. Are you an artist?
Me? Not hardly. I'm with a real estate development company. These are just preliminary sketches for a couple of projects we're working on. In other words, I'm doing homework.
Residential real estate or commercial?
Mostly residential. And let me tell you, we'd have a field day with attractive land like the one this castle sits on. Ocean view, easy commute to Donegal, bedrock foundation, readily accessible groundwater. That bog's a bit problematic, but a little sand, a little gravel, a little landscaping, voila! A cluster of 6, maybe 8 luxury homes amid a park-like setting that would sell like lightning.
Interesting. He said Donegal a bit
Good
weird.
talking to you.
Keep it real.
I don't think I really noticed that he said Donegal, so...
I can't just go
weird.
snooping around, not with Kit right there.
What's he gonna do about it? But that's, yeah, it's a little weird because the guy in the picture is clearly Kit. And he and Kyler look a bit more than friends in the picture.
I shouldn't go messing with this without permission.
Okay.
Where are those lights in the tower coming from?
Yeah, that's a little weird. We cannot really look at the tower right now because the way to access the tower is the staircase that is broken. Let's just explore a little bit of the grounds. The raven
Wonder
went
what
over
that
there.
crow's doing in there.
That kind of jump scared me a bit. Wedding vows. I can get a better look at these wedding vows. Well, that doesn't seem so good. And we can mess with these little leprechauns. And, but I don't know the correct sequence for the leprechaun puzzle. Not yet, anyway. We have this, I think it's supposed to be a fairy circle. So pretty. And let's see, where else? I think there's like some Celtic crosses somewhere. But I don't know exactly where they are. And this is the bog. Yep, there's the bog, and we can go in if we want.
What is that?
Creepy. But if we were to try to go in, we would again die. So let's not do that. Let's be smart about this. Where is the Celtic crosses? I've probably walked past them so many times already. Well, there they are. These are the Celtic crosses. And this is also a part of a puzzle. We need to put something there, but we don't have the thing to put there, actually. Over here, there's this wall. And this is, I think, connected to the Celtic cross puzzle, so let's not mess with it. Maybe we can go here first and talk to Donal Delaney. And we click on the sign and it takes us here. But we also could have just kept walking down the street and eventually come
So,
here.
you're not so keen on staying at the castle after all, then?
Kyler wants me to find Matt for her.
Come to me for a bit of aid and advice, did you? Well, I've got none to give. Not till I got the day's troubles behind me and a crow's nest in front of me.
I don't blame you a bit. I also have no idea what you're talking about.
The Mixmaid suddenly took ill, leaving poor Seamus on his own, running back and forth, trying to mix and serve at the same time. I ordered soon as I walked in, yet here I sit, dying of thirst. I'll do no talking till I get me crow's nest, and there's the sorry truth of the matter. But now, were some spry and spunky lass to lend poor Seamus a hand by taking over the mixing for a while, that would surely speed the plough.
Sounds good to me. I'll see to it you get your crows, whatever, ASAP.
I like
Gonna
this
play
puzzle a lot.
Mixmaid for a while, are ya? Well, here's what you're to do. I'll take the orders and put the tickets up here. each ticket will have no more than 2 drinks on it. And to save time, I draw little pictures instead of writing out their names. The mixing book will
How
tell you
does
which
drawing
little
save
picture
time?
stands for
Look at
what
the
drink.
detail on
It will
those
also
pictures.
tell you what's in each drink and how to make each drink. Now, to pour something, put the silver mixing glass under either the juice tap or the beer tap. Then, press whatever button the mixing book tells you to press. The book will also tell you how many times to press it. If the drink needs blending, you'll see a picture of a blender at the top of the column in the book. You're to put the solid ingredients into the blender first, then pour whatever's in the mixing glass into the blender. Then, press the red button. And when the blending's done, just reach under the counter and find the serving glass that's pictured in the book. Put the serving glass on the grey mat and pour everything from the blender into the serving glass. If the drink doesn't need blending, just find the right serving glass, put it on the grey mat, and pour everything you've poured into the mixing glass into the serving glass. Then,
That's
add
a lot of
anything else the book
information.
tells you to add. Put the serving glass on the tray to the right of the ticket it goes to, and start fixing the next drink. Soon as you've made all the drinks on a ticket, ring the bell, and I'll serve 'em up. Just remember, if the orders start coming thick and fast, and the tickets start piling up, you're to make the drinks on the ticket closest to the bell first. Now, you'll be making no mistakes, I'm sure. But if you do, just toss the glass into the rubbish bin down there to the right and start over. Mind you, lass, you must do the mixing fast and proper. The quicker you mix, the more tips you'll be keeping. To work with you now.
Okay, that's a lot. That's so much information. We have crow's nest. We need this glass. We need that thing. 4 of that. And 1 of that. And it doesn't say to blend it, so we just put it in there. There you go, and now we have to make the smuggler's gold. And that requires 2 pineapple, 1 lemon, 2 orange. Oh, oops. We got the ice and the lemon.
Another round completed.
And then here we need like this martini looking glass. And 2. And afterglow, I don't know what the heck that is. I think this is the right glass. I don't really know what that fruit is supposed to be, if that is a fruit.
You do fine work, miss.
Thank you, Seamus. Yeah, I like this puzzle. Sorry if I'm not doing a lot of talking right now. I'm trying to concentrate. I don't want to mess this up. Leprechaun's lunch. Okay. I like the ingredients here. I would totally go for... was that 4? I would totally go for a leprechaun's lunch. It has some ice cream. You blend it.
That order wasn't right.
Oh. Oh, this one? Oh, no, I think that was right. It's, I think... Oh, wait. Wrong glass. That seems wasteful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just putting the empty glass in the rubbish bin seems wasteful. Then we blend it all up. I think I just put it in the wrong glass.
Not a moment too soon. All done and dusted, are ya? Thank you, miss. Take what's in the tip jar, and the next time you help out, you can keep the tips then as well.
Yeah, I love this puzzle. I totally just, whenever I play the game,
You make
I
a mean
do that
crow's
minigame just
nest,
for
girl.
fun.
Well done. Now, I'm to tell you what happened to the Sassenach, am I?
I'm sorry, happened to the what?
The Sassenach. The Englishman. The one Kyler was supposed to be marrying. Well, what happened to him is this. The She took him. The good people whisked him straight off to their world, they did.
By the good people, you mean fairies?
You'll not be hearing me call him that. All of us have a name we prefer, and with them, the good people it is. So that's what I call him, and you'd be wise to do the same.
Just what are these good people going to do with him?
Whatever they please. He's in their world now, and he'll not be coming back. That's as much of the truth as we'll ever know. 'Tis not the first time the good people have seen fit to meddle in the affairs of Castle Malloy. Caused the explosion they did.
Explosion?
Aye, the one that half destroyed the place. The man who lived there in 1944, Brendan Malloy was his name. He was a scientist, charged with making rocket fuel, people say. Only one summer night, something went terrible wrong. There was a flash, like 1,000 lightning bolts. Then a huge boom sent everything south of the library flying towards the sky. Brendan, his wife, Caitlin, used to own this place, she did. Aye, and their little girl, Fiona. All three were lost to the world forever when the place blew. But the blame lay not with Malloy. It was the good people. They'd taken a shine to Fiona, is why. And they knew that little girls, no matter how much they're adored by wee folk or mortals, sooner or later, all little girls grow up and grow old. The good people couldn't bear to see this happen to their beloved Fiona, so they made full sure it never did.
Sounds to me like the good people are actually just the opposite.
They have their ways, and we have ours, is all. That's just the way of things. Got plans for you, they do.
The fairies? The good people? What makes you say that?
I meant to pocket your car keys for safekeeping on my way over here, but I couldn't find 'em.
You mean my keys weren't in the car?
Aye, that's exactly my meaning. Taken they were. The good people want you to be staying.
Oh, that's ominous.
The name of this place. Just what exactly is a banshee?
A woman, one of the good people, as alive as you and me, with wild hair almost as long as the tattered grey robe billowing up around her whenever she appears. Sometimes she takes on the form of a hooded crow, but it's the sound she makes, her terrible wailing, that strikes fear in the human heart. Because when a mortal hears the wail of a banshee, it means someone is about to die.
I saw someone with long hair and a gray robe outside the castle tonight.
Did you know?
It ran across the road in front of me. That's why my car's in the ditch.
Not till I was 54 did I see a banshee. To see one at your age, on your very first night in Ireland. A special lass you are indeed.
There's no other explanation for what I saw?
There might be 24 explanations for what you saw, but none, save one, is the truth.
Sometimes I hear this strange kind of wailing sound when I'm in the castle. Have you ever heard it?
These ears don't work so well now. Even the pattern of rain is beginning to slip by 'em. But the situation being what it is, by my reckon, a banshee, you heard.
You mean someone in the castle is going to die?
Aye.
Someone as in Matt?
How they know what they know, and why they do what they do, are mysteries far beyond mortal solution. But be assured, lass, someone at Castle Malloy is doomed.
Do you dislike all Englishmen as much as you dislike Matt Simmons? Or is he special somehow?
I've little use for any Sassenach, but I took a disliking to this one soon as I laid eyes on him. Arrogant he was, cocky, disrespectful, foolish, always touching things he shouldn't, going places he didn't belong. Worse than a stray dog, that one was.
What about Kyler?
Aye, Kyler. She's different. She belongs here. It's in her blood. It's the reason she does naught but read up in the library. She'll not be leaving Ireland, mark my words. And if she winds up marrying Mr. Foley, all the better.
So, Kit, you like?
What?
Aye. He may talk like a Yank and live like a Brit, but there's Irish in the lad. I saw it right off. Little wonder he's in love with the girl. They'll make a fine pair.
Whoa, wait a minute. Kit's not in love with Kyler.
Blind, are you now? Loves her, he does indeed. He's all but wearing a sign saying so. He came to the wedding early to make sure there'd never be a wedding. Only the good people saw to that for him. Ah, the luck of the Irish.
I'd better get going.
Okay.
Be careful out there, lass.
Well, it seems like there are three main suspects, or for lack of a better word, have definitely different ideas of what happened to Matt. Kyler thinking that he is pulling a prank, Kit thinking that he just got cold feet and left Kyler, and Donal Delaney thinking that he was taken by the good people. So, definitely interesting. But yeah, I think I'll end the first episode here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I still find it a little bit funny and stupid of me that I couldn't make it past the second puzzle of the video without having to look up help. But I always thought that puzzle was hard. And hopefully I'm not the only one, so please forgive me for that. But anyway, I am glad to be back recording videos for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye, everybody!